We can go a little early. Just us. And we're live.
All right.
Morning, sir. How are you? Or evening.
Evening this time.
Evening, everybody. How you doing? Welcome to the Bear Cave. Keto Mike is had a family thing going on, so he's not. He might make it later. I don't know.
Yeah, he said he might drop in, but we're not expecting him.
Yep. So, wow, it's been 3 weeks. Well, today would be the third week.
Yep.
So, my house got racked with the flu. Would have been 3 Sundays ago, and I'm still feeling somewhat of it, but most of it's gone. The house is back to normal. Got the
our whole house. All 6 of us were down and out, and we all got going back to work. My son started back to work Monday. My daughter went back to work Thursday last week. My wife went back to work Monday. I went back to work last week. But we were all down. It was awful.
Yeah, it was something else.
You must have gave it to me 3 weeks ago Sunday, whenever we did our live, and I left here, went home, and gave it to everybody there.
I don't know. Your symptoms were way different than mine. But I don't know. But the important thing is we're here. And we're live. Kicking. And I was like, what are we even doing this week? I forgot what our challenge was.
Yeah. I had to think about it myself and remembered finally it was something with hot dogs.
He's the one that set up the challenge. So, something with hot dogs. Now, there's a big controversy whether hot dogs are keto, depending on who you listen to, whatever. It is. Hot dogs are heavily processed.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. So, but it's not packed full of stuff like an Oreo is. Is it better for you than an Oreo? Probably not.
Oreo hot dog.
So, I have successfully been without an Oreo in about 14 years. So, that's me.
I've probably been 14 hours.
Yeah. So, I don't do Oreos. But, so we got to look in it. You had an idea for these hot dog things.
Yeah, I saw a video. Me personally, I'm fine with let's grill up or fry up a hot dog, mustard, chili, onion slaw on a bun, and be done. But he likes to play with his food, and he likes to do crazy stuff. And so I happened to see a video of this crazy hot dog idea, and they had taken a hot dog, and they took 4 hot dogs, and they split it with about an inch to go at the top, flipped them around inside out, put a toothpick in there, and they were making hearts. And then they decided, you know what else we can do? They took 4 of them, put them together, and made a 4-leaf clover.
Okay.
And now I had my volume off because my wife was watching TV, so I was just watching it, and they had what looked like it could have been pancake batter, but I was thinking more maybe like it was cornbread batter, but they had put green food coloring in it, and whenever they made the petals, they poured that in the middle of all the 4 hot dogs and made it look like a 4-leaf clover. Okay. And I said, that was pretty cool. And I spent today while I was at work in between downloading files and service calls trying to find the video because it's probably 3 weeks ago whenever I saw the video.
Yep.
And I couldn't find it again. And he started doing some looking around, and he saw a couple ideas. So today we're just going to play with hot dogs.
Yeah, and let me see if I can. I think I saved the picture. I probably did not, but I'm not there. My phone did this crazy thing. So this is what I saw.
Right.
So what that is a hot dog cut up to look like a flower, but the center is an egg yolk. Morning, Scotty, or evening.
Hey, evening.
I'm all messed up. So I was going to try that. And then I do remember talking about these guys. little octopus guys.
Right.
So
I saw a whole bunch of videos with those on them.
So we're going to make these because my man Billy asked for them, and I remember that. The flower idea, I thought it'd be something kind of cool, and it's kind of what you were talking about. The only difference is we're going to set the hot dog in between. Supposed to be skewers, but I didn't drag them out. So we use these little wooden spoons.
Those are awful thick for what you're trying to do.
Yeah, they should be okay. If not, I'll find something else. But we'll use these, and you do little slices all the way across, and then you roll it over to where the seam is. Cut it along the seam, so there's still a spot that holds it all together. And then you pull it around and toothpick it, and then you drop your egg yolk in there, just the yolk.
It makes a little sunflower.
So then it would make a sunflower. I thought that'd be kind of interesting. A little something different, you know what I'm saying? A little black highlight right there, you know what I'm saying? Anyway, so that's what I have. What do you think?
That's fine.
All right. So, and I also want to introduce our... What's up, kiddo?
Nothing. We're gonna get ready to go to trivia.
All right.
Okay, my keys are in my car, so it's behind your. Y'all taking your mama's car?
Yeah.
So you just
We
move.
just go ahead and move it.
Yeah, just move it. The keys are in it.
Okay. Thank you.
So, I also want to show off a new addition for our Wednesdays. So I reached out to Wagner. There's there's a company that's coming out with Wagner cast iron, and I made mention to them that, hey, I'm originally from Sydney, Ohio, where Wagner was from, and I'm interested in one of your skillets. Wondering if you would, want to send me one for a review and to show. And we do 2 live shows a week, and we're always using cast iron. I sent her a link to the to our channel and replied with, yeah, that'd be great. We want to get the word out that Wagner's coming back and that we want people to use our stuff and show using this. So yeah, sweet. Took some time. But we finally got it. And I'm telling you what, this will be our first cook on it. I heated up and seasoned up according to their manufacturer's instructions. What's going on, Honey Badger?
Hey, buddy.
So Mike had a family thing going on, so he's probably not going to make it. But we're going to try to wing it without him. So as Honey Badger knows, this is the Wagner skillet. I'm in love with this thing. Look at that. That is just like the original from everything that I found online. I've not seen one to compare, and it fits just right on my one burner right here. So that's fantastic. It'll all get hot here, and we'll have the sides to cool zones. So, but
Got a little threaded rod to even it out.
Yep, I got that today.
Okay.
So this is the Wagner skillet that we're going to break in for Wednesdays now. Cast Iron Wednesday. Because we usually use the square Camp Chef ones all the time.
Mm-hmm.
So when I approached her about this, I was like, I use Griddle all the time. And James, I did use Cast Iron Cure on that first. So video coming where I do an unboxing and then all that stuff. So, all right, enough about that. So thank you, Wagner. Y'all look into it. It's an amazing piece. I'm pretty stoked with it. So let's see what we can do. You think those things are too thick?
I do. I think those handles are too thick.
All right. Well, let me see what else I have. These are about the same size, but I think they're the same.
You
size.
have actual skewers in the house?
Don't think they're in the house, but I don't know where they're at. I thought they were right there. These would work. I thought I had them in the drawer, but I didn't see them while I was looking. So, yeah, these will work. Should be okay. Anything? It should be okay.
Well, we will see.
Yeah, let's just cut one. Because I don't have it on yet. Now, what they said was cut the end off, but I don't know that I want to do that. So I'm just going to slice it down. So what all happened this week? Anything interesting?
Me, it's just been going full force at work. Right now, my biggest client is Target, and whenever I have to do work on their servers or in their control room, I've got to be there, complete my task, and be out before the store opens, because Target does not allow anybody inside their control room while the store is open for operating hours. So I've been having to get up at 3 o'clock, 3:30 in the morning, shower, leave my house, depending on now. My furthest away store is 2-hour drive, but having to leave at before 4 o'clock in the morning to get to a store, and there's a lot of early calls this week. Nothing very easy, and tomorrow I've got to go to an Aldi, and I got to be there at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock before they open.
Get a toothpick.
So I just had a whole lot of really early morning calls this week.
Looks like that's why they said to, oops. Pinch this to there. Yeah, that was a little too thick.
Yeah, I think the thickness of just using a skewer would help it bend a whole lot easier without ripping.
Yep. And I know there's metal skewers right there on the side, but I don't know if and it's okay. I mean, I'm practicing, so they don't have to be perfect, right?
It does if I'm going to eat it.
Then you're not eating these.
I'm probably not eating them anyway. But
Yeah, I was like, yeah. Well, anyway, I'm trying. As long as I'm having fun, which, okay, so where are we at? Okay, so let me go in just a little bit farther. Need something a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
Okay. So what kind of cooks you been doing this week? Anything?
No, family, like I said, everybody's just now getting over their sickness, and they haven't really been craving any big meals or anything. So last night was the first night I cooked, actually, made food from scratch, and it was just burgers on the Pit Boss that bag on my 820. I just made, I think it was 12 burgers, and then of course my wife was all not upset, but she said, "Rusty, I love you, but I can't eat it." She said, "Can you not cook anything without putting it on the smoker and without putting all kinds of seasonings on it? What do you have on this burger?" And I'm like, okay, it's got the Blackstone whiskey burger seasoning that I sprinkled on it, and there was a little bit of Uncle Steve's thick meat. And she said, "Well, I thank you for making dinner, but I just can't eat it. I just want salt and pepper. I don't want nothing else on it."
Yep. Which, I mean, so we were talking. There, that's what mine looks like. So we were talking the other day, which kind of this segues right into that. So we'll go ahead and talk about it. We'll probably talk about it again Sunday. But what is your how do I phrase that? Your go-to? I have to have, like, if I run out of the seasoning, I have to go back and get it.
Right.
Like, what is your go-to all-purpose seasoning? And do you have one?
Well, I do have certain seasonings that if I see that I'm getting low, I always restock on. I do have my favorite poultry seasoning, which is it's just made by McCormick, and I get it in the big yellow bottle at Sam's Club, and it's just the McCormick's poultry seasoning.
Okay.
That is just really, really, it's my favorite poultry seasoning. And then for my fajitas, I always use Meat Church fajita seasoning. I've tried every one that's out there on the shelf, and that is my go-to fajita seasoning. It's made by Meat Church, and I see that I'm running low. The only place I can get it around here is in Academy.
Lowe's carries them now.
Oh, they do? Okay, well, now that's good to know. But a lot of times I just had to resort to Amazon because they're all sold out.
You don't ever order from meatchurch.com directly?
No.
Okay.
Because it's cheaper to get it off of Amazon.
Okay.
And let's see here. I got a steak and pork chop seasoning that I always keep in stock, and the name of it is Steak and Chop Seasoning, and it is a Weber seasoning.
Okay. So I don't know that the only one that I have that I keep in stock is my Bayou Bear. I don't have a specific all-purpose commercial rub. If that makes like the one guy I was listening to that was talking about like Killer Hogs AP or the Uncle Steve's which is fantastic, the SPG. I don't always keep that around. I mean, I'm about out of the SPG, but I have to order some more. And the Lucky Shake, but I don't always. That's not my go-to all the time. So the only one that I have that I would put on just about everything is the Bayou Bear. That's my homemade Cajun. But I don't have a commercial one. So what do you guys have? I only combination, mostly add them separately. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. That's one. I don't know. When my buddy Kerry used to have his, I would use his steak and brisket seasoning because it was like mainly a salt pepper blend. I would use it all the time. I even kept that one in the pepper grinder on the table. That's how good it was. And it was similar to the Montreal steak minus the dill pickle stuff in it. You knew dill pickle was in it, right?
I knew dill seasoning was.
Yeah. So,
but I do always have a bottle of Montreal steak seasoning also. But that's because I use that. I don't really use that exclusively. I use that in a lot of mixing stuff that I put together.
Really?
Yeah. Like if I'm doing meatloaf, I'll put that in my meatloaf with certain other seasonings and.
Okay. So I will tell you, I like using that as a. Ooh, that's a double yolker. Oh my goodness. I didn't plan that. Double yolk. Well, that's going to be a big sunflower. I thought that looked a little wonky, but she's a double yolker. That's what I get for paying $9, huh? Shoot. Well, these don't look good. They don't look good, but I think they're fun. What do you think? Yeah, I don't know. Let's see.
That looks more like a darn Pac-Man ghost than it does an octopus.
Well, that's what I thought when I looked at it too, and I was like, well, so let's lay it like this, and then as it cooks, we'll roll it every. La Layers pepper season. Okay, I'll look into that one. I ain't heard that one. Oddly, I don't use any combination of seasonings. Mostly add them in a separate. And, I mean, I've got seasonings. I've got seasonings people give me. I've gotten ones, like a couple friends have bought them. Well, they were on vacation. They bought them.
Right.
And like, here, see if you like this. And then, like, I've got a couple that I've had for a couple years. I set them over here and I forgot about them. And then it's not like trying to be mean about it. It's just, depending on what I'm cooking, what I'm looking for, what the end product I'm looking for, right? What's up, Johnny Mags? How you doing, Pitlifebbqpodcast? How's it going, buddy? Yeah, we're finally back at it, man. We've been laid out sick and trying to get back. Showing off our new cast iron piece here. Good Wagner ware. I had a company send this to me, so that was like amazing. I was pretty excited. I was really excited when they said, "Yeah, we'll do that." Oh shoot! How was the rodeo? Let's see. James says, I do use Lowry seasoning salt for pork chops occasionally. Usually there's something in the combination that I don't need or I don't want or need. Yep.
And Lowry's is who makes my poultry seasoning that I always keep in stock.
Okay.
It's made by Lowry's.
Oops. So I'm not a big fan of Lowry's. When I do use the Lowry seasoning salt, I used to try to use that instead of salt in a rub. But then I got to looking at the ingredients in that, and then it's already the ingredients that you're adding to a rub. So it was just, why not just add more of those ingredients? That was just kind of what I looked at. But I tend to add a little more black pepper. Like my wife loves the Hardcore Carnivore Black, and I like it too, but I have to put down a layer of black pepper with it. So where like our homemade one, we don't have any issue with that. Like as far as, yeah, it works. Hey, brand new skillet, first cook on it. And did they stick? I had a little stickage right there, but that was me. Not the skillet. That's all right. I like that. That's awesome. So these are starting to turn. So, I mean, there's, like Johnny Mags knows, there's all kinds of seasonings. You know that too.
Oh, yeah.
And it's hard to be brand loyal when there's so many good ones. But then you get something that's like, this says it's an AP. How many APs do you need? Like, is there one that you like better than another? Like,
I've got an AP Malcolm Reed's AP.
Yeah, the Killer Hogs.
Killer Hogs. And I'll bet you I could tape the lid shut and sell it as a full bottle again.
Okay.
I mean, I've had that. I probably had it 2 years, and I don't really care for it at all.
So Scotty has tried that one, I know, and he doesn't like it at all.
I don't like it.
And so I got it because I found it at Walmart. That's when Walmart started carrying Killer Hogs. And I got one, and it's good as a base layer for color. So Johnny Mags, we are doing things with hot dogs. We're just kind of playing around. I tried to make some sort of sunflower, and we'll see what she looks like when I flip her over. We got some sort of octopus, and then we got, I don't know what he's making over here.
This is supposed to be the leaves for the 4-leaf clover, and the hot dog's breaking. It's not bending like it's supposed to. I don't know if it's too cold, if it should be room temperature. I mean, I had no instructions whenever I saw this.
What if you cut them into fours? And then try to... So we're playing with hot dogs. That's all we're doing. And chit-chatting. Let's see. But where was I?
You were at Walmart getting killer hogs.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. No sticking. Brand new skillet. First cook. Okay. So they kind of don't look like... That was a double yoker. That one should have... That one didn't come out right. Look at that. Beautiful. No sticking. These are actually looking decent. Keeping them... Let's move these over here. Get them to toast up a little bit quicker. So... should I try another one? I should. Let's see if I can take another one here. Oh, I'll wait till you're done. I'll wait till he's done because where I'm going to cut, right? So anyway, Scotty had said he didn't like it, so I got it and tried it. And I found it as a good base layer for color. Flavor, I expected a different flavor than what was given out. Because when you read the ingredients, it's got a jerk seasoning in it or something like that. So I was expecting something different instead of just a bland AP, like salt, pepper, and all that. So, but what's another one? I've got, there's one I got, Loot and Booty. Big barbecue competition guy, and I got one of his. I got it in there, never opened it. Never been opened. And I've got several that I've gotten that were big names, in the competition world, and didn't like. I tried Mo Quezon. I tried all his line.
I've got his chicken seasoning, and did not like it at all.
Yeah. And it's nothing, it's just my taste. I don't like it. So then the question becomes, what do you do with the ones you don't like?
You sit there, and when you get an empty shaker, you just put a little bit of this and that inside the shaker, shake it up, and you make your own combination just to use it.
That's where I was thinking. So I've done that before, where I was doing doing cooks for an event, right? Nobody was paying me anything. It was just an event, and I was looking for a cheap rub. I got these I don't like. Let me put 2 of them together, 3 of them together, whatever. I've got a big bin, and then just throw it out there, and hopefully it sticks. Then I get, oh man, that was amazing. How do I do that? The Frankenstein rub. There you go, brother. You know what I'm talking about. And then it's hard when you get a new one and you, Uncle Steve's is a real good one. How much you put on. Because you go with the Killer Hogs AP, you taste it and you're like, okay, so I need a lot of that. So you put a whole bunch on and you still don't get the flavor that you're looking for. But then you get one and you can go easily way too much.
Oh, very easily.
Hi, Spider Garage. What's going on? How you doing? What are we making? We are doing stuff with hot dogs. That was our challenge for the week. So I try to do these little flour things, but the first ones didn't look great. But I think I know what I did wrong. And we're trying to do these little
octopi. Just went to YouTube and did a search for strange hot dogs.
Yeah, little octopus. I'll see that pretty good there, huh? So it's starting to look nice. And then Rusty made some heart. you trying to make the clover thing?
No, we don't got enough hot dogs for all that.
I got more.
There's no reason to waste them.
All right. These are starting to work. You got to keep them moving, though. The octopus ones?
Yeah, when they're getting hot, they're expanding.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. I don't know about this one, though. I'll have to use a spatula for that one. But, so I get some seasonings, and then I'm like, what do you do with them? And, well, and then some of them I get, and I'm just like, and I don't like them, but my wife is very picky. She's salt, pepper, and that's pretty much it. She likes the hardcore black, and that's it. Okay. That's the commercial rub she likes. That's it. All right. So then it's how do you use those, slide them in, to try to make it something that they eat, it makes it hard.
Right.
I mean, your wife is real picky too. Like she's very, if it's not this, I don't want it.
Right.
Add some sauerkraut and you're set. I'm with you. He's not so much sauerkraut. So I just got some like Blues Hog honey mustard to go with it. It's not quite keto, but in the little bits that we're going to use on it, I think it'll be fine. So.
And I will say Blues Hog is one of my top favorite commercial sauces too. I mean, I really, really am very pleased with the Blues Hog. You buy it in the gallon jugs off of Amazon.
Yeah, I don't go that far. I buy this one, and that lasts me for almost a year. I'm not a sauce guy, and when I do use sauce, it's very little bits. Like I have to have a specific thing for it.
Yeah, my house drinks sauce like water. They gotta have sauce on everything.
Yeah, not us. Okay, so what am I going to try to use to do this right this time? That would work, but it's not wide enough, I don't think. Nope. Okay, we'll just try this again. So what I'm trying to do,
Looking to see if you had any like metal skewers hanging on the side.
It should be right there. Should be a couple of them.
They're behind the beads.
Yeah, buddy. Now my Mardi Gras beads. So, boy, I love this skillet. This grill is working fine already. So, St. Patty's Day is coming up. Are y'all ready for that? Who's got their St. Patty's Day cook ready? I know James was looking for pink curing salt, beef brine. Bought a 2-pound bag online. Realized you only need a teaspoon. Ooh, ouch! 2-pound bag and you only need a teaspoon. It's gonna be too low, I think.
Yeah, I think so too. Unless you cut the hot dog in half.
Might be too low. I don't know. So you don't do corned beef?
No, I don't like corned beef at all. Growing up, my dad, every Sunday morning breakfast was corned beef hash. And him and mom and my brother would eat it. I couldn't stand it. And even as it is right now, I can't go out to the grocery store and buy one of the corned beef briskets that's ready to go. I mean, I do not like it at all.
Okay. So what do you do in place of corned beef brisket for St. Patrick's Day?
We could care less about St. Patrick's Day. To us, it's not a holiday. There's no reason to do anything for it.
Oh, okay. Okay, well then there's that. So let's try this. Try this again. I don't know, y'all can't see this. I'm sorry. Hold on, let me grab a. Oops. Set it over here on the cool side so I can try to. So what I'm trying to do is make this a circle. Can you all see that right here? I'm trying to make this a circle, but yet toothpick. There. There. I might get one good one. That's all I need right there. Okay. Look at that little dude. That's pretty cool. I like that. We'll set him over here. This one's crisping up good. This one not so much. What'd you do to that one?
Well, I used the rounded part off of the top and the bottom of the hot dog. I just tried to use the body of it to do that one.
Okay, well, it's doing something. I don't know what it's doing. Oops.
You see the end of it that made the head? I just cut it off of both ends.
All right.
Yeah, but that one did come out a whole lot better.
Yes.
I do believe this one is still a little small.
So then, once you do that little thing, you're supposed to take an egg yolk. And the last one I had, it was a double yolker. So you guys don't, did you watch Rusty DJT has what? Resonated March Irish History Month? Oh, okay. I don't know
who DJT is.
Donald J. Trump. We'll put this right there, nice and easy. Oh, Rusty, I might have one. I might have one.
I think you do.
Holy cow, everybody, look at that. Do you see that? You all can't see that. Come on now. Tell them, Rusty, tell them it look good.
We got a sunflower on the griddle.
Flip these around. I don't know about this little heart thing, but it's there. Maybe we'll stick some. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pour some of this whites. What do they call the whites?
Not whites.
Okay.
You got the white and the yolk.
Let's pour a little bit of that in there. Whoa, buddy. See her sizzling? Oh. What's it? We got one more? I'm kind of excited about this now. What do you think?
Go for it.
Okay. Hot dog goes down. Sorry if I'm not talking. I have concentration issues. I looked at the price of a corned beef brisket today. 4.5 pounder before the U save was like $35. I thought that was crazy. But yet I paid $9 for eggs, or $8 and some change.
For them?
Yeah.
For just 1 dozen?
Yeah.
God.
For the extra large though, I went high class. I did go high end. I got the store brand extra large. Yeah, I got the Costco steaks ready. Ooh. Nice. That's one thing we don't do a lot of is steaks.
I'll buy the ribeyes down there at Food Line whenever they're on markdown. I'll pick them up then, but it's just too expensive for us to have as a daily menu item.
Oh, that one didn't make it. That one didn't make it. That was probably my fault there, but I got one good one. Y'all see that one?
You definitely got the thumbnail.
That's a good one, yes. And I got some of these over here. These are good. I do have, this is a wet wipe, y'all. Ooh, I like that. What do you think of that? That look like an octopus?
It looks like a ghost off of Pac-Man.
Yeah, there you go. So check that out. It stands up. Let's see if this other one stands up.
This one here looks like Sigmund the Sea Monster.
Yeah, I don't know what the heck you did to this one. It's coming along though. Okay. So where else we at? We're talking about what do you do with when somebody gives you a new rub and then asks your opinion and you don't like it? Because y'all know.
Depends upon who it is.
Y'all know that happens.
Oh yeah.
Somebody gifts you one and then you try it and you really, really don't like it, and then they're like, "Oh," and you're like, "You want me to be honest?" Like, what? How do y'all handle that?
I mean, depends upon who it is. If it's my wife, my son, my daughter, they give me something, and they do this all the time because they know that that's what we do. We cook.
Yeah.
And I have gotten plenty of them, and I'll tell them straight up, look, don't ever buy this again. This is awful. And most of the time, they know themselves because they're eating whenever I cook with it.
Right.
But a friend gets me one for Christmas or something like that. I'll say thank you. They ask me how it was. I'll say, no, it was okay. It was pretty good. I said, no, I've still got a whole lot left. I haven't used it all yet. Or I mean, I'll go easy on it.
Yeah. Okay. Because I usually have it, and then I'm like, well, here, we'll make something whenever you come over the next time, and that way when we use it then. That way you can get the taste of it, or if they're looking for like, is it the next big thing? Most of the time not, because it's a commercial rub. But it's nice. It's a nice gesture, though. I will say that everybody I've given Uncle Steve's to, they love it. And I'm not trying to pimp up Uncle Steve, but I mean it's got some good stuff. He's got a little something for everybody.
Yep, and to be honest, I mean he's got a couple that I just do not like.
Yep. And that's the joy of it. But when you're looking at the commercial side, like the big names, you see somebody like Tuffy Stone, he's got a line out. Meyer Mixon's got his. Fergalicious has got one. Boar's Not Out. Killer Hogs. What's the other guy? Heath Riles.
I've got 2 of Heath Riles at the house. His honey something, that one was really good, but the other one that I have of his, I don't like at all.
There we go. Now we have a heart. Looks all right. If someone, I can't read that. Hold on a second. Let's get a nice plate. Because
if it's someone I know, I'll tell them straight. Don't want them to buy it for themselves either if it's trash.
Right. Okay. So you don't want them to buy it for themselves if you don't like it. Yeah. I think that one's awful nice and crispy. I don't know what she's supposed to look like, but we'll put it on the plate.
That's a Squidward.
That's a roadkill Squidward. That one didn't turn out very good either. That's a sunflower, but it doesn't look as good as what that one's going to be. We'll put it right there though anyway.
That one we need to put a little bowl over it and some water and steam it so we don't flip it and bust it.
Well, see, it's pretty solid. So now it's I'm going to get one good one, I think, unless I speak too soon and screw it up, which is very, very, very possible. Oh, I did!
When
Oh!
you flipped it, you slammed it down.
I tried to. Daggone it. Oh, well. What we got? We got some more over there. Let's play around some more. What are you going to do with those? Give me do another flower?
Yeah, see if we can
try to do another flour. I think the hard part for like the keto show, as far as keto or diabetic friendly, is the sweeteners, the barbecue sauces or the sauces that are no sugar. Those are hard for me because I can, as soon as I taste it, if I don't like the sweetener in it, boom, I'm turned off, and I've got $5 to $8 wrapped up into a bottle of sauce, and I don't like it. So then you say, well, what do you do with it then? You can always doctor up a sauce. Yeah, to a point. I mean, when you got one that's loaded with like, y'all know the G guy. I don't particularly care for any of his sauces. I don't like Splenda. Splenda is the sweetener that he uses. So that part I don't like. That's me. So, and I'm not a big sauce guy anyway.
And Splenda is my sweetener of choice.
And it's most people's. So I would rather just use a Sweet Baby Ray's and be done with it and just deal with the high sugar. Only using little bits of it because I'm not using, I don't use a lot. On a sandwich or whatever, not much at all.
So what did you cut this in the middle? Put it in half?
Down that side, seam side. So let me try to pull some of this. We're trying to make it a y'all. There. How's that? Does that look similar to a... From far away, it looks pretty good, huh? Let's set that one on top of that one. You get her? Okay.
We're like little kids playing with Legos.
Ooh, that could be a good one. Yeah, I had one that I've been using.
Okay.
Yep. So what about the sauces for you, like keto sauces, low sugar sauces?
Well, I don't really pay attention to keto that much anymore in my sauces. My go-to for sauces and marinades is made by Lowry's, and you get them at the
nuts,
and just get them on the barbecue sauce aisle at Food Line. But they've got the probably the Hawaiian seasoning, Caribbean jerk. I mean, they got all their marinades, and I use them mainly on my chicken because we mainly eat chicken thighs and legs at the house.
Okay.
And so I'll stick them in a Ziploc bag and pour in that marinade and put it in the refrigerator overnight. But they've got some really, really good sauces and marinades. They are definitely not keto.
Right. Okay. Yeah, it's hard for me because the sauces are. I just don't like the sweeteners. I mean, I end up making my own a lot of times. I use just a little bit, and I mean, we're talking a tablespoon,
right?
Of sauce because I don't have anything to dip it in, like French fries or anything, because we don't eat fries. Well, I don't. I try not to, occasionally, because they are taters, and taters are starch, but they are a vegetable. I try to justify it, but it's not a common occurrence for me. Well, that one kind of blew. This one's not ready yet.
No, these are daisies. These aren't sunflowers.
Right. These are daisies. These are daisies because you're a daisy if you do. And I'm trying. Ooh, I might make this one all right. That one's got potential. Okay. That's got potential. You want to do another one?
Yeah, we got one left.
You got more than one. Make something out of them.
Oh.
But 2 guys and their flowering wieners. Live on OnlyPans. Hey, that's a good one. Only iron, baby. Only iron. There's a guy up here, Big Dog Sauce. He uses all natural ingredients, keto and diabetic friendly. So what I question though is like, you know, what sweetener? Because sugar has so many different kinds. I mean, I got one that claimed it was diabetic friendly, and without looking at the ingredients, I just bought it because it was half off. Let's go. I was at the Lodge store, you know, kind of let's check it out, right? And turned out it's got high fructose corn syrup in it, or a derivative of that. So I'm like, well, how does that work? But there, my daisy. My daisy. My daisy. That's good. Let's take this one here out. That one there. That's where the toothpicks went. So for the guys who are adding more stuff to their sauces and rubs, what do you find you normally are adding?
The main thing that I add to mine is mainly to thin it out, and I use apple cider vinegar whenever I'm mixing in mine. Even with my Blues Hog, I'll use apple cider vinegar.
Really, even in Blues Hog?
Yeah, because just to thin it out, because it's really thick.
Okay.
Now the head country that I've got, it's even thicker than it's like molasses thick, and I use a lot of apple cider vinegar in that one.
Okay. Now, how do you choose between apple cider versus regular white vinegar?
Pretty much because apple cider is the only vinegar I keep at the house. I don't have white vinegar. I do have.
That's a good reason. Like a balsamic.
No,
red wine.
Red wine vinegar. I do have that I use for some of my sauces, but ACV is pretty much the only vinegar that I use.
Okay. Just kind of curiosity, you know, like why, what takes you there? Now, if somebody asks you, well, you're going to be different but for the guys that are doing more healthier, if somebody asks you for a good sauce, what's your go-to? So if somebody asks you, Rusty, I'm looking for a good sauce, what do you got?
It depends upon what they're looking for, what kind of sauce. If they want just a barbecue sauce, if they want a steak sauce, I mean, if they want a hollandaise sauce, I mean, it depends on what kind of sauce.
Like if somebody says, hey, I've got pulled pork or pork chops, and I'm tired of Kraft barbecue sauce. What do you got? What do you got for me?
Well, in that case, I would be suggesting the Blues Hog.
Okay.
Now, if they can't find the Blues Hog, their Sweet Baby Ray's is the go-to.
And we find that a lot as competition cooks and judging. Sweet Baby Ray's is industry standard.
Yes.
I'm going to flat out just say it. I may get knocked around later on, but everybody looks for the Sweet Baby Ray's when they're judging. because it's a standard. It's cheap and it's good. And I don't know if anybody else has found that out, why they were doing this or, competing or whatever. I would say somebody could easily compete and do well with straight up Sweet Baby Ray's. So like the $9 bottles of sauce, you really kind of don't need. What do you think? Okay, don't answer. He's got to blow his nose, folks. It's all right.
Oh, man.
It was like I was watching one barbecue show. This guy was trying to break into the competition scene, and his go-to was Tony Sassery's Cajun rub. That was his go-to rub. And he's learning all this stuff because he didn't know. And I think, Sweet Baby Ray's, if you had nothing else, salt, pepper, and Sweet Baby Ray's, I bet you could. I bet you could score pretty well. Shoot, did it again. What do you think? Come on, just a little bit. There we go. That's going to be another good one. Don't mind that one. Look at that one. What's your thoughts on that?
Pretty much the same. Because whenever you're doing your turning box, you're not going to be saturating it in the sauce anyway. So having the Sweet Baby Ray's, just the little bit of glaze over your turn-in, it's going to be absolutely fine.
Now, that would be really cool to see, have somebody do that and just turn in Sweet Baby Ray's. Because what was interesting is we've talked to some higher end cooks, and their secret weapon was KC Masterpiece sauce that they mixed with Blues Hall. And that was it. Now, that's what they told us anyway. Not a big fan of Sweet Baby Ray's, any style. The only one that I buy, and that's because Cub loves it, is the Sweet Vidalia. Otherwise, that's about the only one I buy. If we're doing a cook for an event, like I did the swim team, they want regular sauce. I had my vinegar sauce that I make, love it, and I had Sweet Baby Ray's. Of course, Sweet Baby Ray's ran out first, but I had that set up just for them. Then I don't mind whatever kind I get. I'm gonna let that sit a little bit longer because that's a good one.
It is.
That one's a real good one. This one's gonna be finicky because my heat's here.
Yeah.
I just want to move it.
And like whenever I do all the barbecue for the band, we go to Sam's Club, get the big jugs of Sweet Baby Ray's and squirt it in the 2-ounce cups, and that's what you give out with the sandwich.
Yes. And I mean, that's the industry standard. That's what everybody wants. I mix Blues Hog and Texas pepper jelly. Oh, Texas pepper jelly. Where have I seen that? The only place in town that sells the Texas pepper jelly, I think, is Ace Hardware. And when I went in there, of course, they've got their big green egg stuff. Tregger's got their load.
Right.
And you're just overwhelmed. And the one that I used to really like was Code 3 Spices. We've competed with them a couple times using their stuff. And I liked it, but it wasn't like overwhelming. Like after I used it a couple times, kind of like Sweet Swine of Mine. I used it a few times and really liked it, but then it was like you kind of get tired of the labor. Like you use it so much at the house that you want something different.
Right.
And of course, with the competition stuff, you're always doing something different. If I use commercial sauce, I use dressed up Monterey Inn. It was better before they started using corn syrup. Corn syrup ruined everything for me, I think. I mean, it made everything sweeter. And what's interesting is you hear the history of corn syrup. Look at that.
That's perfect.
Like I was listening to somebody's podcast, and they were talking about the history of corn syrup. It was a byproduct. I mean, it was trash. It was deemed hazardous material until somebody that was cleaning out one of the tanker trucks, got a taste and said,
it splashed on their face or something.
And it's so sweet that the next day, this spot in Louisiana everybody was at trying to figure out how they can use it. Bazillions of dollars later, it's a multi-gazillion dollar industry. Well, I know what's going to happen as soon as I flip this. But do you notice this? This is what I want to say. Like, this thing, no stickage. This is the first cook on this griddle. The only thing I did was I heated it up earlier. I had washed it down. I heated it up, and I put some cast iron cure on it. Wiped it down real light while it was hot, and just let it cool down. That's what the instructions said. Yes, my instructions did say to use Honey Badger's cast iron cure. I'm just saying.
In bold print.
Yes, it came straight from the factory. I don't know. I don't understand it. How he did that, I don't know. But yeah, this is what you want in a griddle. I'm completely impressed with this. What do you think? I mean, you're just watching, but is it firmed up enough?
I think so.
Oh, just barely. We'll slide that over. Let that go. Well, we got a few more. What are you going to do with those? Doesn't matter. We'll give them to the dog. I'm going to make some eggs. I got the whites here. So we've almost talked an hour on seasonings and sauces. So what are your guys' opinions about keto labeled or diabetic friendly labeled rubs? What do you guys, what's your take on that? I mean, we kind of talked a minute about, that thing's amazing. For me, it's all in the sweetener that they use. Yeah, tonight's video can be sponsored by Cast Iron Cure. For me, it's all in the seasoning. I personally don't like any of the sweeteners that are keto friendly. I like coconut sugar. Now, coconut sugar is a derivative of coconut. It is not on the keto friendly approved, but it is all natural, and on the glycemic index, which is how fast your blood sugar rises, it is a lot lower than regular sugar. That's my spiel on that. I like it. It makes me feel good. It is not a direct replacement for regular white sugar, because if you try to make coleslaw with coconut sugar, it will turn it brown. It does turn it brown. Bear, how do you know that? That one looks pretty darn. That looks pretty good. Set it over here. Maybe I'll turn that one so it doesn't. Set this in front. There. So I know like Johnny Mags is looking at it. And here's one of the things though is you look at like something that's diabetic friendly, you just want something with no sugar. So you're looking at salt, pepper, paprika, onion, garlic. That's your basic for a rub anyway. You can add chili powder. I'm not a big fan of chili powder.
Yeah, I do put chili powder in mine whenever I'm mixing mine up, and a little celery salt.
Yep, celery salt. Celery salt's one of those that if you're making your own rub and you're not getting a good smoke ring, put half a teaspoon or teaspoon of celery salt into your rub. Thank me later. Yeah.
That's not a competition cheating hack.
No, but it is an inexpensive, not celery salt, celery seed. What do we say? Celery salt? And that's where I'd gotten where some friends of ours, they would get the garlic salt, the onion salt, and the celery salt. And I was like, whoa, and then add salt to it. No. So if you're doing all that, take the salt away. Why? Because your garlic salt is mainly salt and then a little bit of garlic. So you want to do just the granulated onion, just granulated garlic.
Yes.
Granulated celery seed, not celery salt. And then they were like, oh, so then they tried it out that way, and then they were like, oh, I get it now. So there is that. I'm going to have a lot of Dog and I are going to have a lot of hot dogs. That was a fun cook, though. A lot of hot dogs and what other? So when people are like, so Johnny Mags will probably get this really well. You tell people that you're going keto, right? You're going low carb. And then the first thing they say is, well, you can't eat barbecue. Why not? Why would somebody tell you couldn't eat barbecue?
More than likely because of the sugar in the sauce.
Sugar's in the sauce, sugar's in the rubs, and all the sides. Because they think, aside from you and me, if we say, hey, we're going to a barbecue, you're thinking mac and cheese, you're thinking tater salad, you're thinking coleslaw, like there's all the fixings, the beans.
I'm thinking of proteins. I'm not thinking about sides.
So for the majority of us, for the few of us, not the majority, the few of us, that's what we're thinking is, just protein, the pulled pork. We have pulled pork because that's barbecue.
Right, pulled pork, ribs.
But then it's you got to have buns, you got to have slaw, you got to have all the starches and the stuff that goes with it. And that's where I'm like, nope. If I'm going to one, I'm taking what I need, and the rest of it's on y'all.
Oh, and we still got gas.
We do. So in case anybody hasn't been paying attention, this thing's, so I got one of those gas gauge readers on here for reading your propane. You got to turn it the wrong way. And it's been at about half. I don't know what the last.
It's been a while.
12, 15 shows. So we got another one sitting here.
Yeah, I brought a tank down because we kept thinking, okay, well, this is going to go out in the middle of our cook.
Yeah.
So I brought down another tank so we could swap it. And it still hasn't gone out yet. And it's probably been 8 or 10 cooks since we thought it was going to go out.
So this thing, I'm telling you what, I am stoked with this, how this griddle performed. And they're gonna ask, hey, what do you mean by that? It's cast iron. Right. What I'm talking about is the first cook. I did eggs. Nobody does eggs on the first cook with a brand new piece of cast iron. But I had no sticking. That is awesome. That's what you want. Amazing.
Yeah, very impressive.
Very impressive. So my hat's off to Wagner. Cast iron cure.
No, I bet you that's what it was.
It probably was. It was probably the cast iron cure. Here's some of our goodies. What do y'all think of that? Eggs and hot dogs. I know it's not for everybody, but you know, it'll work for me. Let me slide this over. So, so what else? Do we have anything else to chat about before I try to get this not so good looking thumbnail? We've kind of rambled a lot. Oops. No?
That's a good picture with a lot of variety.
What are you got anything else on the sauces and rubs?
No, not really. I mean, like I said, my favorite line of the sauces and marinades is by Lawry's, and you get it on the same row at the store where they have their mayonnaise and ketchup and Worcestershire sauce and all that. And they've got the one that's Hawaiian something. I can't remember the whole name, but it's something.
I now understand where you're talking. I'm with you. Like I've not been able to think about what you're talking about, but it's the bottle and it has the tan label, the tan goldish label,
right,
and it has the big L on it.
Right.
Now I'm with you. I don't know why I was.
And those are, in my opinion, the best marinades that are out there, and they're very affordable. Stick your protein in a Ziploc bag, pour it in there, throw it in the fridge overnight, and it's delicious.
Hand me a couple paper towels. Yeah. I don't know why I couldn't think about what you were talking about, but now I understand. So one thing I watched, I think we'll talk about this later off air, but anyway, I don't know. Man, this is good. There's just a little bit of the crispies from flipping them over. Throw that down. The dog will come out here. He loves coming out here. And there wasn't that much oil put on there, was there?
No.
And wipe this down, and she's going to be clean. Ready for maybe Sunday? I don't know. We got the Sunday skillet. Oh, speaking of which, y'all, I want to throw out congratulations to my man Scotty. Hopefully he's still watching on his 5K. That is awesome. That is awesome, my friend. Seemed like the last 250 has just happened in the last 6-8 months. And it seems like he's really blown up. So congratulations there, buddy.
And he's got his little giveaway video out there for y'all to check out.
Yep.
Get you some freebies.
He's got that coming up Saturday night, I believe. Honey Badger's got a live tomorrow night. So y'all check out Honey Badger. I don't know what he's making. I either catch him towards the end or I catch him on the next morning. But
I usually catch him at the beginning, but I go to bed so early, I very seldom get to watch the whole thing.
So those are what I know coming up. Johnny Maggs just had a great interview, and so y'all check him out. Let's see, who else is in? I don't know if there's anybody else in. Probably just us. And we're going to be doing something on Sunday. I don't know what yet. Maybe something with St. Patrick's Day.
Yeah, it might be something green themed.
Green or... So the one time I did, I think we talked about this a little bit ago. It was about a year ago, I think. I did a corned beef where I ground it up with bacon and made patties and made burgers out of that. So maybe something like that. Maybe I'll bite the bullet and go get a corned beef and soak it for a while to debrine and then grind it up. Maybe not. Maybe I'll just take ground beef and throw corn in it.
It tastes better.
Yeah. So what's he say? Pork cake. Okay. pork cake. Now, I've done a pulled pork pie, but I highly doubt that's what you're talking about. I haven't made that in ages either. Pulled pork pie?
Yeah, I've never made that before, but I can see how that would be very tasty.
Oh, I got a video on it. Used to make it a long time ago. Taters, sliced taters. You line take a pie shell or a pie tin, line the sides and the bottom with the sliced taters all the way across, and then put in your pulled pork, your cheese, or a little like drizzle of sauce, and then your cheese, and then you can put more taters on top or chips or whatever, and then another little swirl of sauce on the top. You bake it off.
And in my mind, I'm thinking shepherd's pie or cottage pie using pulled pork instead of beef or lamb.
Now that would be good.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, no, that would be good. You may have to come up with something. You might have to work something together there. Figure out the gravy.
Gravy?
Well, for inside the pie, right?
I've never put gravy in mine.
What do you put in it? Just the vegetables and the meat?
The vegetables, the meat, the mashed potatoes, and there's a little beef broth from the can of Campbell's beef broth. But
Okay.
I've never put gravy in it.
Soda bread too. Oh, Grandma's St. Patrick's Day. Okay. All right. Well, I'm interested now, James. Well, Tom's Food Factory's in. What's up, buddy?
Hey, buddy.
You didn't miss nothing. We played around with hot dogs.
Just hot dogs.
And BS, and we're trying to get back in the swing of things. Yep. Not the kind of hot dogs Rusty was wanting. Like he's mustard and cheese and
mustard, chili, onions, and slaw sometimes, as long as there's no sugar in the slaw. I can't stand sweet slaw.
Do you want an octopus?
I'll have an octopus. I love seafood.
Yep. All right. Well, it's a hot dog. Nothing exciting. So, all right. Well, that's all we got. And
there's daylight outside for me to drive home.
Yeah. That daylight savings, I mean, it's amazing how it says you spring forward an hour, and it seems like you gain 3 hours of sunlight. Like, it's not dark by 4 o'clock now. So, all right, well, let's get out of here. That's all we got.
Right,
hopefully we didn't bore everybody too much.
Good job, buddy.
These turned out pretty decent. They're fun. You know, you could easily get a kid or a wife to help out and something different. My wife would be like, "Oh, you did without? Well, it's okay. It's all right. It's good." But you want to play around and have a little fun.
Well, Teresa saw me at home looking at videos on YouTube of the different things on the hot dogs. And whenever I was leaving, she said, "Why are you two grown men playing kitty hot dogs?"
Growing up sucks. It does. So don't ever lose that child in you. Don't ever lose that inner child. With that, let's get out of here.
All right.
Did you have fun?
I had fun.
Did it taste good?
It tasted good.
Rock on, y'all are off.
Y'all have a great week.
I got the whoop. All right, y'all have a great week.
Have a great week, guys. We'll see y'all next week.
Let's be safe out there. I got him.